News with Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
Okay.
All right.
So China's aviation authority has a new set of COVID-19 safety plans to protect flight attendants. And what would we imagine those are? Wear your mask. Don't let anyone sneeze on you. Oh, also, if it's all the same to you, go ahead and put on an adult diaper while you're serving people, because they're afraid that you're getting too much infection risk by going in and out of the lavatories. So while you're serving people, just go ahead and piss in your pants. So
Really?
They want to wear wear adult diapers, ought to make that easier for them to do. Even if it's uncomfortable, they're not going in and out of the bathroom.
Hey, can I say this as a father of twins? Kids' diapers always have a strong theme. You know what I mean? They got the Disney characters on there. They got they got all that
Teddy bears.
shit. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, the ironic Winnie the Pooh. Well, how come adult diapers don't have any theme? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I like Carl Sagan. Why is he not represented on my diaper? You know what I mean?
Right.
Dan has mixologist. He likes dry gin. You know what I mean? Like, why just the plain Jane adult diaper? What happened to the fun? What happened to the merriment? What happened to the pageantry? You know,
That's a good question.
Look, I got a team. I like the Rams. Where's my Rams adult diaper? You're a USC man.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know
I wouldn't give.
Yeah, you love Dolly Parton, Gina. Where's the theme? You know what I mean? Like, why do we stop having fun with diapers? Why is the cutoff at 5.5? Yeah.
Why is it so morose now that that you're in your 70s?
Why is it a thing of shame?
Yeah, or even sending a message, Black Lives Matter, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
whatever you're into.
Whatever you're into. Why has it got to be
Question.
just? Yeah.
Have any of you ever worn an adult diaper for any reason?
I wish.
No.
Well, yes.
Okay, interesting, because I have a friend.
Can I say this? Any diaper
By the way, I love how you just skipped
wears
right over it.
becomes
You-
an
did
adult
you?
diaper.
Yes, okay.
Well, what did you?
No, I
Yes.
want to know, Dan, because I have a friend who had to get them after a surgery, and she was so ashamed and she was humiliated. She was like, "Gina, I'm never going back. These are amazing."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That was awesome.
we wore them to actually. It was a thing when we actually we weren't even in college. I think it was after college to actually take a shit in a diaper. I lived and we were like, let's take it. So we wore the diapers and took shits in the diapers to see what it would feel like to take shits in diapers as adults. And you know what? I couldn't imagine serving drinks with a load of shit in my diapers. Like, what happens if it's like an international flight? It's like 10-hour flight, and the flight attendant takes a shit 2 hours into it. Does she he or she walk around with shit in the diaper because you can't go in the bathroom?
That doesn't eliminate the smell. That still permeates.
Right.
But you're eventually going to have to go in the bathroom, right?
That's true.
I think the conceit of the adult diapers, it's for number one, but
That's my
this is
guess.
this is an interesting point you brought up, Dan. And by the way, I thought you were going to say that you're in Ireland and you're going pub hopping but I didn't know this was just literally some sort of scatological bizarre
science. It's science.
Thing.
No,
Right.
we wanted to know what it actually. I don't know who even had the idea, but it was like, what would it feel like to shit in a diaper?
I feel like I could wrap my mind around that.
It feels exactly what you think it would feel like. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, there's a whole subsection of porn called infantophiles, and they do that.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
So what's it to you? Oh, sorry.
I'm just telling you.
I mean, no. Is there?
All right. So before we harsh my Mel too much more, is there such a thing as is there? All right. Let me ask this. All right. Hold on. Kids' diapers.
Sorry.
Kids have no control. They don't know if they're doing number one. They don't know if they're doing number two. But adults, they got a little more range, a little more control, you know? So
A little more of a heads up.
why isn't there an adult diaper for number two? You know what I mean? With an extra hopper down there, like the gurney.
Like a kangaroo pouch.
Yeah, the gurney bubble. If you guys want to check out the Ford GT40, like it's just an extra little space back there, because the diaper commercials, by the way, the adult diaper commercials I see now have women I would like to fuck on the commercial,
I
which is
thought that too
this is a
recently.
sad state of affairs.
No.
This is sad. These are attractive, youngish, 40-something-year-old women who are going to like Pilates classes and stuff, and they're pulling up their diaper and they're wearing yoga pants, and you can't see it under the yoga pants. Like, there's a whole thing going on. But I think if we had the theme going, I think it would be like, like if I was at a ball game and I pulled down my shorts and somebody saw adult diapers, then there'd be much ridicule around it. But if it was like a Dale Earnhardt signature series or something, I think I'd probably score points. So if we could start coming up with themes for adult diapers, that would be awesome. I'm hoping that the Chinese or the China Airlines, it seems like a number one situation, Dan. I don't think it's a number two.
Well,
situation.
Even that. Even having piss in your diaper for 8 hours would not be pleasant, and probably not for the passengers either.
I would argue that if you piss up while you're taxiing before you take off, that's kind of on you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you got to get your timing down a little better than that. Like, you shouldn't just pull up the diaper and then soil it. Go ahead and relieve yourself in the captain's lounge, then put the adult diaper on. Then, when you're flying to Australia, hour number 11, now's the time. You know what I mean?
Well, the most famous news story about the adult diaper, the one that really put it back on the map. Do you guys remember? It was the woman,
the astronaut.
Who put on an adult diaper and drove across the country to go, what was it, catch her man a cheating? Wasn't that why she was driving across the country? Yeah, settle his hash.
Right.
Yeah, she was smart.
Truck drivers and astronauts are grandfathered into the adult diaper world. I don't judge.
Well, I'm not sure if he wears an adult diaper, but while he was hospitalized, he might have needed one. George Clooney lost 28 pounds for his role in the movie The Midnight Sky, and it landed him in the hospital. Because according to the UK's Mirror, he's 59, by the way. He developed pancreatitis a few days before filming was supposed to begin. He was hospitalized with stomach pains. Clooney also directs the movie and adds, "We're out on this glacier in Finland," which made it a lot harder to work, but it certainly helped with the character. Because in the movie, George plays a scientist who races to contact a crew of astronauts in the Arctic to warn them not to return to Earth. And I don't know if this is just hot publicity for the movie, but it comes out December 23rd, The Midnight Sky.
Is it in theaters? Is there in theaters? What's going on with theaters?
Didn't Warner Brothers make the deal with HBO Max that all of their movies are going to come out in theaters and on HBO Max? So that could be it, but I'm not sure.
And when's, speaking of your doppelganger, when is Wonder Woman coming out? I've been seeing spots.
Christmas Day.
That's Christmas Day?
That'll be supposedly on Disney Plus and theaters on the same day. Or possibly rent. Well, either way, same.
Theaters open? Theaters are open.
That's why they're making these deals to have them come out on, HBO Max, Disney Plus, because nobody can see it otherwise.
Yeah, and it's HBO Max, not Disney Plus. Yeah, and next year,
Disney, of course.
Every Warner Brothers movie is going to be simultaneously released on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem always is it's not the technology, it's not the size of the screen or the sound system or whatever. It's your ability to pause. That is the foible. That's what gets us. Yep. Like, you just go, fuck, I'm going to make a phone call, or I'm going to go to the kitchen. Like, you don't realize that the captive audience part, the part where you're in the theater and it's starting and it's going and you can't move and you can't get up and leave and whatever, that fucking pause button. I don't know what the over under is on the pause on like a 2-hour movie watched at home. It's got to be 5.5 pauses.
Yeah.
And that's the part that fucks everyone up. That's what ruins the experience. It's your control. It should be like TV in a hotel room where you can't stop it, you can't rewind it, you can't do anything about it. There should be a thing where you watch this movie and it starts and it just goes through. There's no stopping it. There's no repeating it. There's no rewinding it. It's just there. It sounds cruel, but it would be the best thing for people to watch it.
Agreed.
All right.
Do you guys have this issue where you fall asleep during a movie, but you don't remember whether you actually watched the movie or not?
Yeah.
Like where I'll fall asleep and I'm like, I think I watched it, but I might. And then I go back and I'm like, holy shit, I didn't watch any of it. I fell asleep
Yeah.
5 minutes in, but
That's where the diaper comes in.
That's right.
Right.
And I'm like, why do I have shit in my diaper? Yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of airplanes, I don't know if you saw this video. This is from the weekend. A bold gentleman was taken into custody after he climbed onto the wing of an Alaskan Airlines plane, was grounded, by the way, at Las Vegas airport Saturday. I'm going to show you the video while I tell you about it. He's kind of chilling on the wing, and then he gets a wild hair to start climbing up the upended part at the end. This is at McCarran International.
I think they call that a canard.
Sure. Okay. He tries to climb the canard.
Shoes off. Yeah.
He takes his shoes and his socks off. He'd hopped the perimeter of the fence. He was observed by airport staff around 1:40. Video shows him as we're watching. He's kind of sitting there. Then he removes his socks and shoes. He's trying to climb up the winglet. They call it the Boeing 737's winglet. That's the upturned part of the plane. As police officers approach the man, you'll see that in a second. He just can't get up there. He slides down the winglet and falls onto the tarmac. Officers took him into custody. He was taken to a medical facility. So that suggests that he probably wasn't just some drunk dude, but maybe was having some sort of an episode.
Feel like there's an episode involved with that. Is a canard a winglet? Is not a canard. Canard's in the front.
Yeah, it's the little wings like in the front of the.
Nah, that is a winglet. By the way, that sounds like a mini buffalo wing or something.
That's right.
Winglet sounds soft. I want something a little more gravitas in my aviation.
A dozen winglets
speak.
for $2.99.
Yeah, that's right. And dip and sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't a canard maybe I'm thinking of something completely. I thought a canard was like a rumor or something.
It is. It's a distraction, like a rumor distraction. Ooh. But it's also, if you see a fighter jet or like a supersonic jet and you see those weird little wings that come out up front, like by the cockpit.
A forewing.
Wow. That's a canard as well. I don't know if they spell them the same way. It's interesting.
They do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
All right. So the canard, give us the, we're looking at a fighter jet. Yeah, the wing before the wing is a canard. But I don't know. I don't know why then they're spelled the same and why it also means kind of a distraction and a goof or something. But look it up, MaxPat. It'll be interesting.
Okay. Fun fact: the Israeli fighters just don't have the
skin,
the fore wing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, go ahead.
I just got a breaking news alert. Breaking news alert right now. Cleveland baseball team will drop Indians' name. So we'll look for that in the coming days.
How about the Canards?
The Canards.
That's a decent name. Known as Cleveland Canards. No one knows what it means. It's got a strong aviation and a distraction sort of base there.
Same logo.
Well, the origin is it's Old French for like literally a duck or to quack. So and then it became rumors, and then I don't know why it's
how to get to onto an airplane.
It's making less sense than it made before.
Yeah, thanks
That's
for
the
know
canard
how.
Well,
of
the
it.
first definition is that it's a rumor, and then the second one is actually the aeronautic term.
So the mascot for the Cleveland Indians, I can see some people might find offensive, but I don't know, is Indian offensive? So
I think Chief Wahoo is
Chief Wahoo
the real
is,
problem.
right?
Yeah.
Are they going to be the Cleveland baseball team? I think every team that they should just go follow the I almost said Redskins, the Washington football team's example and just, you get it. You get what's happening. I know what the Washington football team is doing. There's no guessing there.
Yeah, until we figure out that Washington or Lincoln or all these, Columbus, at some point, the actual towns that they're in are going to be a no-fly zone. So then it's not even going to be about the team name. We're going to have to shut down. We're going to have to change the name of the town, and then it'll be the Washington football team. But Washington will be unacceptable. All right. And
the term canard arose from the appearance of the Santos Dumont 14 bis in 1906, a plane that was reminiscent of a duck with its neck stretched out in flight.
Oh. So it's all kind of duck-oriented.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we'll get into Mark Twain's name. All right, here we go.
So everyone feels like they didn't really get a lot done this year, pandemic, just sit tight and shelter in place. not little Miss Gitanjali Rao. She is 15 years old. She's a scientist and inventor. She's been named Time Magazine's first ever Kid of the Year. So while we were all sitting on the couch getting fat, what was Ms. Rao doing? Let's find out. Well, at 10 years old, she created a lead detection a lead detection tool after learning about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Since then, she's come up with an app that helps diagnose early stage prescription opioid addiction, and another tool that can thwart cyberbullying. Her opiate tool uses recent developments in protein detection methods to assist in identifying addiction early on. After a sample of bodily fluid is analyzed, a user can receive the results on a mobile app, in addition to their resources such as a map of addiction centers close by, according to Ms. Rao.
How old is this chick?
She's 15, but she came up with the lead detection one when she was 10.
I guarantee this chick has a 14-year-old brother named Russ who's in juvie.
There's a connection there.
Fucking Thanksgiving is miserable for Russ. He has like an anklet bracelet. And they're like, well, your sister just came up with another app. This one to detect early stages of Alzheimer's. What did you do? I ate shit on a shingle today.
I got put in the hole.
I polished the warden's shoes.
Yeah.
Has she ever worn a diaper to see what it feels like to crap your pants?
There's probably an app for that.
So you know what? Come back to me then, scientist.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
when you're willing to go that far to find out how stuff is.
Hey, I got the time that they gave Biden and Harris Man of the Year. Like, I don't like any of this dual shit. Like, you got to pick a person. You can't pick two people.
What about when they picked the journalist?
Yeah, I'm not down with that either. Pick the best journalist, or pick Biden, or pick Harris. Like, you can't just fucking open it up. It's not a gill net. You have to fucking pick somebody and go with it. You can't just go everybody. And that's nobody.
Well, because some of us might not be feeling enough shame over what this 15-year-old has done when she's not building these apps and detecting who's hooked on meth and doing everything she's doing. She spends her time working towards her pilot license.
Oh, my God.
She flies airplanes.
That's a canard.
Yeah. I bet she knows the proper definition of canard.
She can tell us.
Jesus Christ.
I only thought of this, well, it's an auction story, but it made me think of little Sonny talking about the Greek freak, Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Known as the Greek freak. His rookie card was just sold at Golden Auctions on Sunday. Any guesses what that was sold for?
Oh, I'd found out that Newman's second watch went for about $5.5 million.
Damn.
So that's good for anyone who owns Newman race cars. So that was
for those
good.
Lucky people.
Yeah, it wasn't his first one for like 18.7, but either way. And Dan, I've told these guys this, but we have completely ended. We're no longer in the throes of racism in this country with the new generation, because I talked to my son about whatever the Greek freak is, and he was telling me about this guy's vertical and his wingspan. This is like 4 years ago, and what a freak of nature he was. And I was like, and he is black? And my son was like, he's Greek. And I was like, yeah, but black, he looks black? And he's like, I don't know, he's Greek. And I kept saying, right, but with the big vertical and dunking from the free throw line and all that kind of stuff, black? And he's like, he's Greek. And I kept going, but does he look? As hard as I try to turn my son into a racist, I can't do it these days.
Couldn't do it.
And I was like, what does he look like? Does he physically look black? And he's like, yeah, he looks black, but he's Greek.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah, and I thought, we've evolved into that. That's where we're at now as a society. It's a good thing, too. So where's he going? Was he on the he was on the Bull. No, he was Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, sorry.
And excuse me, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, it just rolls off the tongue. So his rookie card was sold for essentially $1.2 million on Sunday.
Wow.
The card was rated a 9.5 in the featuring a perfect 10 for the edges and corners. And even a rare Giannis rookie card set the record for the highest priced basketball card in modern history, selling for $1.8 million in September. So if you can find a mint rookie card of this guy, you will be cashing in.
I say this must be like a one of one or something, because usually they're mass produced. There's hundreds of thousands of them.
Well, look at him there. You can see he's totally Greek.
He looks Greek.
I'd like to get my next lifetime, like to come back as a card condition rater. Like I'd go, it's a 9.3, it's not a 9.5, and then the other guy'd be like, I have it at 9.6, and I'd go, well, you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're just
you
wrong.
haven't been out this long enough.
That was, by the way, the most pathetic in the pantheon of pathetic conversations I've had all throughout my youth is. All throughout junior high and high school, they would issue your textbook, right? Mm-hmm. And then you'd have to fill out your textbook card. Mm-hmm. And then they'd give you some kind of weight. You know who the winner students were? The winner students in my junior high and high school were the students who got the textbooks. They'd always tell you got to cover them. You got to cover them.
Oh, yeah. Take it out of a grocery bag.
The winner students are the ones who came back the next day, had the brown paper grocery bag, and it was fucking crisp. Like sharp corners, no seams. You could bounce a quarter off that thing. Like it looked like a bed that was made in the military, you know.
I could never figure out how to do that.
I had no fucking idea how to do that. I couldn't get a sleeping bag back into its bag. You know what I mean? Like that's a 4-day affair for me. And I have to go, I'd be on the ground. I have to use my feet. So like, I couldn't have. I'd always see those winners come in the next day that have it laid out perfectly. There was a second winner. Those are the ones who went to the school like snack shack and bought the covers with the school logo on it, and they would fold it up, you know, accordingly. I never fucking put a cover on my book. I was always in my locker. My locker had fruit flies in it because I had some fruit in there and I just kind of let it go. I used to also, here's the mark of a bad student. I would intentionally jam my locker. Like if you took a paper towel and you folded it up and you shoved it in the mechanism and then you slammed the door, you couldn't get the thing open. And then you'd have to go down and get a pair of pliers from like the PE department. But the biggest argument I ever had, and again, think about the crazy waste of time this is. You'd get the book, and then you get the little card you had to fill out. You write the name of the book, and then they want to know the condition. And you're like, this is clearly a C condition book. Yeah. It's got some miles on it. And they'd be like, that's a B. That's B condition. I go,
You think this is fair?
Yeah,
it's poor.
Look at these dog ears. Come on, give me a break. Yeah. No, we'll give it a B. And it was always a big debate, discussion, like, give it a C, because when you turned it in, it was in a D condition. You want to get into trouble. Jesus Christ. The kids even have to do that anymore?
Do they have books? Isn't it all digital?
Books, yeah.
I don't know. I think they just sit home on their computers. Yes.
Speaking of, authentication and auctions, somebody sent me a video recently and it shocked the hell out of me. Someone said, your dad was just mentioned on Pawn Stars. And my dad's a sports announcer, but I thought, doubtful, but okay. No. They said Steve Grad. So they sent me the clip and it says like they're trying to get a price on, I think it's something sports. It's like a basketball that everybody signed. And the clip is someone going, yeah, and Steve Grad's name's on there too. So, now it's worth something and it's legit. And I was like, what the hell? Because I mean, my dad knew all the sports guys, but so I Googled it. There's a Steve Grad who is an autograph authenticator in Vegas.
Oh.
And apparently does a lot of these like Pawn Star and that type of thing. And he's like a big deal. So did not know there was another Steve Grad, and that's what he does for a living.
I'd like to come back as an autograph authenticator. I'm gonna go ahead and change it from baseball card, playing card, basketball card, grade giver to authenticator.
Sure.
I like that. Also, if you're an authenticator, I think people have to listen to you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
it's right there.
They can't debate.
Your wife comes home and goes, hey, the front door was unlocked. You go, I didn't do it. And she'd go, well, you were the last person to leave. And I go, hey, baby, I'm an authenticator. You think I can play fast and loose with the truth? That's my livelihood.
If this got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My reputation is everything. If I say you left that door unlocked, then you left it unlocked. I'm an authenticator. Thank you. And I'm an authentic person by title.
That's right. That's why you married me.
That's right.
Speaking of authentic, if you visit Walt Disney World, you will be wearing a mask. However, it might not be on you, but they will put it on you. According to Fox, Disney World has allegedly updated how it handles people not wearing masks on rides by digitally adding a face covering to the guest in the photos that can be purchased afterward. And I believe we have the picture. So previously, Disney World wouldn't allow these. So can you see? It's not super clear, but can you tell who has a giant two-dimensional mask over their face?
The woman in the back has a comically large mask on.
That is correct.
That's a mouth diaper. It looks
That's
like.
right.
Yeah. Look at that thing.
Dan's like, I'm shit at that.
Dan makes short work of that fucking gag.
But now the park is allegedly allowing guests to have their photos, but they will not be able to purchase their photo without that little sticker over their face. And the theme park, which of course is open in Florida, not open in California, has not provided official comment. But according to Walt Disney World's website, face coverings are required, and those who don't adhere to the mask guidelines will not be allowed to have their photo taken by photographers.
Oh, I guess people were taking them off for the photo section of the Matterhorn or the ride or the flume or whatever it was. So people would probably wear them in line, and then when they got onto the ride, when they knew it was time to take the photograph, they would pop them off.
But is she really the woman that's dying to get her, teenage prank on? This is like an elderly woman.
Yeah,
Just wasn't in the mood.
I agree, but it's probably trying to thwart that, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. What else we got, Gina?
An Italian man got into an argument with his wife, and he went for a little walk to clear his head. And when he was finally done walking, he was 280 miles from his house.
Wow.
He's 48 years old. He said he needed to get out and cool down, and he just kept walking. He ended up hiking about 40 miles a day until he was finally picked up by police at 2 a.m. a week later for violating the lockdown curfew laws. Police at first didn't believe he'd walked so far, but they checked him out, found his wife had actually reported him missing a week earlier. The man was cold and tired and said he hadn't realized how far he'd walked. Police called his wife and she drove to get him. He had to pay for his hotel stay and a fine for breaking the curfew.
Well, now, who's at fault in that argument? I mean, here's a guy who's pretty out of it. He walked from, here to San Francisco, and he didn't know that he'd been on the road that long.
Yeah, must have been a hell of a fight.
Yeah, but on the other hand...
Or whoever sold him the cocaine.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get you walking that far.
Well, what about the shrew who made him, hit the trail? That's got to be pretty bad, too. I'm trying to think, who would we rather be with? The guy? The guy's fit. You know what I mean? He's in good shape.
Determined.
Right? Determined. He's motivated.
Headstrong.
The gal's, probably a bit of a shrew. I don't know. I like the guy in this mix. I like Forrest Gump.
He's got exactly what I was going to say. He's got a certain Forrest Gump quality to him, so maybe he's clever. Invented a lot of things, and
Where was he?
Italy.
How far can you walk in Italy before you get to Spain or somewhere? Don't you have to go? Don't you get in other countries at some point?
Yeah, he must have been walking north and south as opposed to east and west. He walked 280 miles.
Think about how long
he was still in the same country.
Maybe just went in a circle around his home.
He didn't end up back at home, though.
Never left his township.
Yeah. And the police got him for breaking curfew, essentially, or
at
not?
2 a.m., just sort of strolling.
Super spreader. All right, let's do one more, Gina Grad.
All right. Well, in honor of Dan, if you guys have been listening to the show.
Well, where's Gina going?
Too much eggnog again. Oh, boy.
Gina just dove off her chair.
What happened, Gina?
Got me? You got me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Oh, my God. So for my Hanukkah present, Andy's buying me a new computer. So just hold tight. Give me like a couple of days and we'll have a new computer. So in honor of Dan, if you guys have been listening and you want to get your drink on, but you really like beer, well, now's the time to go check out McLeod Ale Brewing Company in Van Nuys, right here in our neck of the woods in California. They're offering beer for life for $24.99. That's $2,499. The brewery specializes in ales served from hand pumps rather than the draft system, and it's selling memberships to its Founders Club 2020 for $2,500. So with that, you can get any beer, any style, for as long as you shall live.
I never really wrap my head around the for life or lifetime supply. Like when I was a kid, I'd always watch game shows. They'd be like The Price is Right.
Yep.
And they'd go,
Carnauba wax.
And they go, that's a lifetime supply of Blue Turtle Carnauba wax. But when you get an 8-ounce canister of paste wax, it is kind of a lifetime supply. I mean, like, you're going to wax your car once a year. You're going to go in there. You're going to smear some of that onto the buffer. You're not going to go through that fucking can. I mean, it's yes, Brian.
DanDunn has sent us 3 lifetime supplies of vermouth over the years. There's no way you're getting through
No,
that
but here's the problem,
bottle.
man. You know the vermouth goes bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can only both of these vermouths you have here, you better start making martinis because in 3 months, first of all, put the vermouth, I should have probably told you this, put both of these bottles that you've now opened in the refrigerator. Now that you've opened them, you need to put them in the refrigerator, and you got about 2.5 months that they're going to be good. And after that, it's bad. Now, as far as this beer thing goes, let me just tell you something. I'm never a fan of paying for because this is what I think about. It's the same sort of philosophy that I apply to not really wanting to age and hold on to wine. I always feel like I'm going to be in the airplane and it's starting to go down, and I'm like, God damn it! Why did I pay for all that? Why did I pay for that beer? You know,
right.
I just had this happen. I'll admit it. I got a Peloton and it gives you the payment options. And I was like, well, I'm going to stretch it out as far as I can because if I die, then I won. Like I got the Peloton without paying for it. Same thing with the beer thing. Why would you pay? What if you quit drinking or what if you move out of Van Nuys, which you should. Why would you do that? What's the benefit? Can anybody tell me what the benefit is to paying for that ahead of time?
It's definitely to tell people you did it. I don't think there's any real sort of pragmatic. It's a canard. Come on, let's be honest.
It's a goddamn canard.
But
at the end of the day, it's a canard.
You do it if you're on that plane and you're wearing your diaper and it's going down and there's the winglet.
15-year-old pilot.
The winglet's on fire and the canard is all bent.
Why did I join that beer club? And why am I flying on this goddamn Chinese airline where I'm smelling shit on the way down? Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I think it's for you to tell the story. I don't see the necessity. It's up there with timeshares, and maybe we'll see a lot of it. Like, if you turn on Fox News, every third commercial is how to get you out of a timeshare.
Yep.
Maybe 5 years from now, it's going to be commercials about, did you buy beer for life? I'm attorney Mark Johnson. I can get you out of this for pennies on the dollar. Like, maybe they'll be getting out, or maybe they'll combine them. Did you buy beer for life? And did you get a condo in Boca Raton? I can help. I'm attorney Mark Johnson. I'll get you out of this. It's a bad sign for an industry when there's a whole cottage industry of how to get you out of it.
Yeah.
How to undo it.
Yeah, they don't do that with deep dish pizza or something. Everyone likes it. They agree on it. No one's trying to get you out of it. You know what I mean? But evidently timeshares sound like a great idea, and then everyone wants out at a certain point. Right?
Gina, I got to ask. You said it was a pump beer. So when you say it's lifetime beer, do you have to go there to drink the beer? Or can you call them up and say, send me a case of beer?
You, my friend, are a good listener. It has to be consumed on the premises. And if you get too wasted, they cut you off.
What?
Yeah.
Something tells me they're going to say one beer and you're too wasted. Yep. Sorry, buddy. you're at, yeah, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
What's the name?
They get a fucking they get an intern to dress up like a highway patrolman and like stand by the front door and like, oh yeah, I'm waiting on a hoagie. I'll just be here. I'll just be here. Yeah, and everyone like takes half a sip and their hands shaking. They put the glass down and they walk away.
Yep.
No growler. What happened to the growler, Dan? Remember the growler? You could show up with your growler.
You could, yeah. I remember, like, there's so many things back in the day that no longer exist. One of them was when I used to live in Colorado, there was a bar that would do a St. Patty's Day thing where everything was free or extremely cheap or free until the first person went to the bathroom. Now,
that's where the diaper comes in.
Oh, no, exactly. So, like, guys would stand by the bathroom door, nope, you're not going. You're not going. And I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, litigation, I think, caught up with, they used to do things too. I'm from the East Coast. They would do like beat the clock things. Do you guys remember this? Did they ever have this out here?
No.
There was a bar, the Jersey Shore would do these things. First of all, everybody's underage. Everybody in the bar is underage. So at 8:00, from 8 to 9, the drinks would be 25 cents.
Yep.
And then at 9:00, they would go to 50 cents, 10, 75. So about 5 minutes to 9, this is not a joke, 25 cents. About 5 minutes to 9, you'd walk up to the bar and be like, I'll take 10 beers for $2.50.
Right. Hey, Dan, if you're ever talking to one of your lady friends and the diaper situation comes up,
yes,
work the Colorado Irish pub angle and not the, hey, everyone wants to know what it's like to shit themselves, right? Like, do a little less of that and a little more Irish pub, because now we have the diaper, but we got a good, solid motivation for the diaper.
And I seem like a good guy. The only reason I was wearing the diaper is I wanted to save people money.
Right.
That's all.
That's right.
All right.
You're
I like that.
thrifty.
You're right, Ace. I think it's probably, I should not tell the other story again if I want to get laid.
Actually, I think most women would rather hear, in place of, I just want to know what it's like to shit myself, I think they would rather hear, I just wanted to know what it was like to kill a man. I really do think that would be better in terms of your chances of getting laid that night. Killing a man. I wanted to know what it was like to kill a man with my hands would give you a better opportunity to get your dick sucked than I just want to know what it's like to shit myself.
I can't be the only woman who'd rather be choked than shat on.
Yes, that's
right. Less weird, you're saying. Wanting to know what it feels like to kill someone is less weird than wanting to know what shit feels like.
You know what? I'm not going to judge it. I am going to say, if you're talking to a lady and you have one choice, I would go with kill a man.
Yeah, if those are the only two choices.
Those are the only two. I would go, I want to know what it's like to choke the life out of another human being with my hands, then shit myself. That's me.
Well, I do want to meet a lady. You know why? Because I want somebody to make eggnog for me someday, Brian. I want to have a woman in my life that makes me eggnog, fresh.
Yeah.
Hey, should we all be so lucky?
Yeah.
I don't know what's in eggnog, but I enjoy it.
What's Christy working on now? Like an Orange Julius or something? Jesus
She would never lower herself.
All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.